I'm here with Nasser Saleh of MadfooatCom, an e-payment, an online billing and payment system. Nasser, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. And so, what was the gap that you saw in the market when you created MadfooatCom?
First of all, thank you for this interview. Actually, I came back to Jordan in 2008, mid of 2008. I was living outside. The first thing I faced was paying my monthly bills, utility bills, telecom bills, my kids' school fees. So I figured out that every time I have to go to the branch and pay it by cash and physically, which wastes time and it's inconvenience. So that was really the pain that I faced. And since I saw it in other countries working fine, pay online. So I started this idea from 2008, but I did not find the right support in terms of mentoring and even of capital investment. So I started that idea lately with Oasis 500, now 2011, 4 months ago, and we are building a model to have the national payment, e-payment system for Jordan, and then to take it to the region, to other countries.
And how did you create this solution?
Actually, since I have already experience in working with similar projects outside Jordan, we partnership with a technology partner, and we bought the engine, and now we are building the interfaces to connect banks with billers, so that we enable citizens to pay through any banking channel, ATM, online banking, call center. So we have the know-how, we have a very good team here in Jordan, and you know Jordan is very famous with the IT resources. So we combined all this, the know-how and the IT resources, and we built a very strong system. Currently this similar system is working in Saudi Arabia efficiently.
So I sign on to your site and I connect up my bills and then I pay through the bank, but then I can manage my payments through your site?
Actually, this is phase 2, but thank you for mentioning that. In phase 1, what we are offering is that you can pay through your banking channel. Let's say you are a customer for one of the banks here in Jordan. You can pay through the ATM, the online banking, the call center, immediately online on a real-time basis. Now, in phase 2, what we'll offer that you can pay through our website, especially if you are living abroad and you want to pay your utility bills in Jordan, so you can pay it remotely, even without having a banking account in Jordan.
Sounds very useful. What were your biggest challenges?
Great. My biggest challenges were, first of all, to find the support. Now, support means financial support, business support, and the business support is even more important. Also, when I started now, one of the most challenges was really to convince banks and billers to use that service. For an entrepreneur here in Jordan and maybe in the whole Middle East, it's always difficult as a person to convince corporates and institutions with your product. I was lucky enough, thanks to God, that I was partnered with Oasis 500. I already went through their process and they invested in me. So after that, institutions and banks started to deal with me like an institution, because now I have more credibility. Yes, the idea is already a successful idea and it's tested somewhere else, but now with an Oasis 500 partnering with me, those challenges are now part of the history. But this is, I think, one of the most challenges I faced, to have the business support and to connect and to convince the institutions to work with me.
See, so you've convinced the institutions. Do you ever have trouble gaining customers' trust?
Now, since this service is really about connecting banks to billers, so it's B2B, the bank will take the responsibility of convincing the customers to use our service. So our main challenge was to convince the banks and the billers. Now, the customers themselves, they have that pain, and they are searching really for a better and efficient ways to pay their monthly bills. And this is something we already know, and that's why the banks are really very interested now to use our service. So our main customers are the banks and billers, and already they are convinced, so they will convince their customers. We saw that same thing happen in Saudi Arabia. When we started that service, within less than 2 years, more than 80% to 90% of the customers started to use the online services. So it's about changing the culture.
I see. And have you ever been nervous to start up a new company as an entrepreneur?
Sure. I admit that. Actually, like I told you, from 2008, and I was trying to do that, and many times I was about just to do it, and then I hesitated to start. Just 4 months ago, I just started it, so now I had the courage to really do it, especially when I had that really support when I told you about from Oasis.
So was it just Oasis 500 that helped you get over your fear? What do you think entrepreneurs need to get over their fear?
Actually, I'll be honest, I already overcome my fear before Oasis, but I was also more practical. I know that if you want to have a very good business, you need some support. And I'm not talking about financial support. You need some mentoring, some networking. You know, somebody. You need the credibility. In our culture here, credibility is very important. Most of the investors will not invest in you as a person. They want to see an institution behind you, and this is something really I found with Oasis 500. But the fear I already maybe overcome it 1 year ago.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, Mabruk.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts with WAMDA.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for you. Appreciate it.